In today's video, I wanted to talk more about embodying the state of the wish fulfilled, or as others call it, the end state, when manifesting your specific person. How do you do that? What are the actual feelings, and are there any actions that you need to take to embody the end, the state of the wish fulfilled? So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So there tends to be a lot of confusion in the manifesting community about what it means to live in the end, what it means to live in the wish fulfilled, how do you do it, how do you achieve that state, do you need to actually do anything in the 3D, and so on. First of all, let me tell you and let me clarify that the whole living in the end, living in the wish fulfilled state is predominantly a feeling. It's a dominant inner feeling. It's not any action you need to take in the 3D, although sometimes we do get called to take inspired action. This is action that feels natural, not forced, and comes from being in a good state, being in that state of the wish fulfilled. But overall, there is no need for any action, especially when it comes to a specific person. If you ask me as a coach, I find that people manifesting a specific person more often than not take action out of a need for validation, or trying to force and manipulate the 3D, or trying to speed things up, or trying to instigate a change. And usually these things don't really bring a change. So there is no action that is needed as such when you're living in the end. What living in the end means is predominantly the inner feeling, the inner certainty that me and my specific person are going to be together. Me and my specific person are going to be a couple, are going to be back together, or they're going to commit to me, or we're going to go from friends with benefits to a committed couple, or they're going to marry me, or whatever might be that you're manifesting. So then in practical terms, how do you get into that state of the wish fulfilled? How do you cultivate it within yourself? How do you arrive at it? And how do you embody it so that it then starts feeling natural to you, which is then going to push it out into your 3D, and you are going to see it manifested in your 3D reality. So to get into that state, you want to imagine and let your imagination free. A lot of people actually restrict their imagination. So let your imagination free and start imagining who you would be if you and your specific person were a couple right now, if you were together right now, if you were dating right now, if you were married right now, if you were in a happy, loving, committed relationship, whatever it is that you're manifesting, who would you be? How would you be feeling? What would you be thinking? What would be your assumptions and your beliefs and your expectations? Like I said, you want to set your imagination free and allow yourself to actually embody that identity of the person who already has their specific person, who already has their ideal relationship with their person. Of course, this is going to vary a little bit from person to person, but overall, you are probably looking at feelings that are a little more neutral, because when you are with someone for a long time, you are not excited all the time, for example. It feels natural and neutral to go somewhere and introduce them as my spouse or my girlfriend or my boyfriend and so on. It feels natural that you would be going to the grocery store and thinking, okay, let me buy this thing or that thing for them, or asking them, I'm going to the grocery store, is there something you need? And I'm not saying you go into the grocery store and actually buy things for two if your SP is not in your life right now, but this is the way of thinking that you need to develop about things, and this is how you feel the naturalness of the new situation and the new story that you're creating into your reality. You would probably be feeling very safe, very secure, you would be feeling fulfilled, and you'll be feeling content. You would have that certainty within that your person is in your life, you are together, they want you, they love you, they are committing to you, or they have committed to you, you are sharing your life, you are doing life together, and so now you're not necessarily so lost in this longing and pining over them. No, now you have moved to a more steady love, for example. You have moved to a more calm love, if you will. You have moved into feelings of safety and security and contentment. You have moved into thinking about the day-to-day. You have moved into thinking about the future with them. You have moved into planning about your life overall, because now your person is in your life, and so you're thinking about how you can improve your life for the two of you. So essentially, what you want to be doing is imagine yourself in the future, in the situation where you are already with your specific person, and start embodying the identity of that person in terms of thoughts, in terms of feelings, in terms of beliefs and assumptions, in terms of how you respond to the 3D, and in terms of how you view the 3D in the first place. This is how you start embodying the naturalness of this relationship, the naturalness of your desire. I'm not saying it's harmful in any way or not beneficial in any way to feel desire, for example, or to feel some longing for them. Yes, that is normal, that is natural. However, to live in the wishful field, you want to be shifting little by little into feelings of naturalness, into the whole concept of the relationship with your specific person, not feeling out there to you, feeling like it's here right now. And when something is here right now, when we know that we already have it, that huge desire, that longing, that pining over it goes away. To an extent, you no longer desire it because you now have it. So when you have something, you feel very differently from when you want something, from when you desire something. The desire itself implies that you don't have it yet. So through your inner practice, through your techniques, whatever techniques you want to be doing, or just through your imagination, you want to start imagining yourself and picturing yourself as your future self who is now in the ideal relationship with your specific person or the ideal situation with your SP, whatever it is that you're imagining with them. You want to be making this feel more and more natural to you because this is going to make it feel more and more true to you. And once you impress your subconscious mind with that naturalness and that feeling of, yes, this is true, this feels true, this is when it starts to get pushed out in your 3D and your 3D starts to shift and it starts to show you what you actually want and what you're actually manifesting. If you stay purely and solely in the state of wanting, you are also staying in the state of waiting because you are saying that this is not here yet. It does not feel real. It does not feel true. I want it because I feel like I cannot have it. Whereas if you start cultivating the feeling of naturalness within yourself, the story you're giving your subconscious is, I know that I can have it. I know that this is mine. I know that this is done. I know I can expect it. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.